Today, we're gonna do something a little different. This game have been on my radar for, I wanna say 7 to 8 months. This game is called Eldramoor, Haven in the Mist. It's pretty much a VR MMO RPG set in a medieval fantasy world where players explore, fight, craft, and socialize in a very immersive way. And I had such a brilliant idea of, instead of telling you guys how much I'm loving this game, let me just show you what my first day in Eldramoor actually looked like. Before we get into the game, we have to make our character. They have 3 different races you can choose from. We have Farallon, which is like the cat fairy race. We have Zerpyra, I know I'm butchering that name for sure, and of course we have the basic humans. I don't think they have anything special about them stats-wise, just how you want to represent yourself in the game, since it is a social MMO and people like to roleplay, which I think is great. I then make my character. They don't have a lot of face options since it is alpha. Nothing is gender unlocked, so feel free to pick anything you want based on how you want to look. I pick my hairstyle, I pick my body shape, and then I choose my basic color. I then, of course, choose my name, which is Blackichin. Of course, I hit confirm, and this is where I had my first major issue / bug. When you press enter world, you spawn between these 2 rocks. I thought it was a different loading screen. I was here for a minute, just taking my time, just processing how I was feeling. But then I realized, this is not normal. I can still see the menu on a far distance over there, but I can't play the game yet. So after about 10 minutes of troubleshooting, I found a solution. We finally hop into the game, and from first looks, the graphics look pretty amazing for VR, I'm not gonna lie.
Can anybody hear me?
And this is the very first person that I've heard in this game. And if you don't know me, I'm a nervous wreck when it comes to online games. I don't talk to nobody. I'm not a social butterfly. So the whole time, I'm sweating, I'm nervous, I'm hyperventilating. What should I say? What should I do? Should I respond to this man? So I did.
Yes.
I can hear you.
I can hear you. Okay.
Why did I say that? I sound like an idiot. I can hear you. Come on, Cam, get together. This is a make or break moment. Don't embarrass yourself. You don't know these people and they don't know you. Once you stutter, it's game over, buddy. Might as well pack your bags and get back on the boat because you're done. Excuse me. I don't know where that voice came from. Anyway, we talked to Voyage and began our first quest. She was telling us how to talk to NPCs, learn about navigation, all that. I luckily played another VR MMO and other VR games that had the same controls, so I did skip this step in the process. I did finish the quest and gain some XP for the warrior class, which was the basic class you start off when you launch the game. I didn't know all the classes they had, but luckily the next quest was towards the training ground to jump into some combat. But instead, I decided to embrace the social aspect of life and help the newcomers along the way.
I totally ignored where they said you can turn on your compass. Where do you turn that on?
Oh, you have to like put your hand above your head, like you're like looking out or something.
Yeah. Hold on, let me get.
Yeah, like so. Yeah, so like act like you're looking for somebody, like that.
Ah, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
With a mare. You have to start a new character, so that's what I had to do. So
I'm not one to brag, but I think I'm getting pretty good at socializing. On my way up to the training grounds, I see these houses and I'm assuming future shops. And I can only think that they may be packed with different merchants or townsfolk in the future. You can't really go into any of them, sadly, but it'd be even dope if they include some player housings with future updates. We're finally up the hill at the training ground where we meet Isana, I'm gonna call you Isana, girl. She tells us that we're already seeking trouble, like, yeah, I'm trying to fight. She then gives us a sword and shield to practice some combat, and now we're gonna jump into the combat capabilities of this game. Surprisingly, combat is smooth and not hard. You swing your sword like you do if you're a kid role-playing your siblings in the living room when you're supposed to be cleaning, and you hear your mom coming from work seeing the house dirty, so they have to hurry up and make an excuse on the house is dirty. And you also forget to take the chicken out the freezer, so another night you're being served for breakfast and go to bed crying because your mom took your Game Boy. I promise you, there's nothing wrong with me. I don't know. Okay, let's get on with the video. So you just say combat smooth, and holding the shield is just how like you have in real life. You just hold it up to your left arm, have the sword in your right arm, you fight like that. And like I said, it's VR, so it's very immersive. The way you swing your sword, you swing your arm in real life, so it makes it feel more realistic. Up next is the Mage class, and my go-to class in any game I play if it's available. Fun fact about me, Storm was my first and still my favorite fictional character. I remember playing X-Men Legends with my siblings and I would play as Storm every single time and every single chance I get. So the thought of using magic and spells like ice, wind, fire, whatever it may be, is very cool to me and very fun. So being a mage would be right up my alley. I don't know if this game has spells like that, but still, mages are cool. Shout out to mages. So the mage class is different, but not in a bad way. Let me explain. You see, in any other game you play, you press a button and you cast a spell. Simple, right? Well, in VR, it's not that quite simple. You have a wand and a spell book. In order to cast a spell, you have to draw. That's right. Draw lines through sigils in order to cast a certain type of spell. And as you can see, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I'm over here drawing shapes that don't even exist. I'm trying to embarrass myself in front of all these gamers. Most importantly, Ander. He was next to me and I was freaking the fuck out. I may be wrong, but I don't think she explained to me on how to actually do it and which sigil I had to use. I had to go on my spell book, look at the spells, and it would show me. I didn't figure out until later, but you see that later in the video. After that, she gave us some clothing for defense. So I'm gonna work around just a shirt, underwear all day. So Isana, I appreciate it. Isana, how do you say your name? Well, I'll be damned. I got it. After all of that, we talked to the mayor, who then tells us about different professions this game has to offer. I can say my ears picked up when I saw what they had. For starters, they have foraging, which is like herbalists and picking plants and fruits, fishing, cooking, and smithing. I chose cooking because as an expert gamer, asked myself, we all know cooking can be needed for tough fights and bosses since they usually give buffs, and I want to step outside my comfort zone to help people who is in dire need of some black seasoning. Damn! This is a joke. This is a joke, I promise.
She talking to you?
Oh, Lord.
Okay, Cam, this is test 2. You got this. Just talk normal, don't stutter, talk slow, and be helpful. Okay, go. Yeah. You scared the hell out of me.
She's not
Oh my
talking
god.
to me.
Oh, did you finish the training ground quest? You gotta do the mage and you gotta.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm on the step where I need to talk to her. She's got a big icon right here.
Are you
I
like?
talked to her before I went up there, so I'm wondering
Oh.
if I bugged her.
Maybe. Yeah. She didn't even pop up for me before I did the quest up there. I would say try relogging.
Yeah.
Is it still not working for you? I'm assuming.
Right. Yeah, it still doesn't work.
Oh, that's wild.
Tried
Hold on.
relogging. Someone came up here and said that they made a new character and it still didn't work for them.
Yeah, I mean, I did get on the Discord. They did say they're fixing a lot of bugs right now. So the only thing you could do probably is you can go in the profession hall and do profession, or you can just like go out and gather and stuff. So that's what I'm about to do.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what I'll do too. You know where the cooking? Do you know where the cooking place is?
Yeah, all the professions. If you go up that hill, there's gonna be a purple portal. All the professions gonna be inside there.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. Boy, let me tell you.
Swain! Janet!
After my successful skill check with Ander, we then went out into this purple portal which teleports us to different zones to do some combat. Which I thought was a glitch back into the pool, but after a few seconds we made it to our first look into the real world. I wanted to test my skills and see how the fighting is, so I attacked this fox coyote looking creature, which was pretty easy. He then dropped some loot, assuming I can use the crafting, which is a nice touch. Give us a reason to kill and farm some mobs. After my 4th killing, he dropped me a pair of gauntlets, which took me by surprise, no lie. Any game where I can farm for a badass like an armor set is already a 10 out of 10 in my book. I know you can craft your own weapons or armor by blacksmithing as well, but for people who like the random loot pools, this is a really good touch. One cool feature this game does have is this Injured Explorer has a quest, but I could not grab it because some of these quests you need to have a certain level of a profession. The Injured Explorer, you need to have a herbalist level 1 to accept, and I did not have that. I found that out later in the video, which I think is pretty cool. I go over to this person, I'm assuming they have a quest for me, so I go pick it up, and one of the best interactions I have ever had in a game is coming up next, so just watch the video. Thank you. I am.
Ooh, some boots.
Sorry, they come out of nowhere.
Yeah, they really do. Blackie Chan. That's crazy.
Yes. Yes, sir.
That's awesome, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, question. You found any ducks?
I have not. I'm actually looking for ducks too, so I have not found any ducks.
Okay. I need to kill 2 more of those green things.
I know some people are thinking like, what was so special about that interaction? Why were you freaking out? Why were you so happy? It's just the fact that somebody said Blackie Chan and they laughed and they loved my name. I go by Blackie Chan on all the games I play, but that is my base. That is like basically my YouTube channel. So just hearing somebody say that out loud and saying how cool it was makes me really happy. And I don't know how to explain it. I just love it when people like say my name out loud and just say like, hey, that's a cool name, and they find it funny and dope, because that's what I want to do. That's what I bring to the table. I bring a lot of joy and happiness and laughter. So for him to laugh at it and to say it's a cool name made me really happy. I do appreciate that a lot. I just it was such a good like small interaction we had. So shout out to you. Such a good one. It's gonna take me a while to get something. Oh shit. I did not know that was a living thing.
That was holy shit.
Nah, that was epic, bro.
That got me. Does that not get you too?
No, it did get me. I thought that was a regular tree.
Yeah, that was so well hidden. Holy shit.
I think you can say I'm having a very good time with this game. I'm only about maybe 30 minutes in the game, and I'm in the combat, and the game feels so immersive. Like, it's an MMO. Enemies are dropping loot. You see other people fighting, gathering stuff, crafting, just talking, socializing in an MMO space, and it seems so real. And games like that really drive me to the max, to where it's like I want to play this every single day. And this is the first game that I have had so much fun in the past, I want to say 10 years. And this is only the alpha. So when a full game comes out, it's going to be a lot more content, a lot more people, a lot more things to do. And the alpha from day one, already loving the game. And we still have so much to go into. I still have so much to edit, but I just wanted to tell you guys, this game is going to be dope, and I'm loving it. We then go back to the Panic Duelist to find his missing sword. So we go up the hill, grab it, return, finish the quest, and we do get a massive amount of XP. And while I turn the quest in, I do get attacked by a bear. I'm not used to having enemies around the NPC zones. Usually they're in a safe spot where enemies don't aggro or spawn. But in this game, it might be different, but it is an alpha, so I'm not trying to judge it too hard. It's not a game breaking experience, but it would be nice to have NPC just a little farther away so they won't spawn with the enemies. We would definitely come back to the combat topic later, maybe in video 2 at the end of this video, but I can't say from the starters, I will give combat a solid 8 out of 10. It's not bad, the combat is smooth, I love the mage class. I'm excited to get more spells and fight more enemies, but so far, good job, game. We turned in the quest, and upon doing that, we gained another level, so now we are level 3. I did gain 2 more skills. One of them is a healing move that is based on AoE. I do believe in alpha they said they're currently not working right now, so I can only have myself and not my teammates. The other one is called Tremors, I believe, and it is a strong AoE earth spell that we would test out later. And yes, this game does have stat points. Durability and power sound familiar to me. Sort of resource. Lethality and influence are 2 new names. If you do highlight it, it tells you what they do, but because I was on a time crunch, I couldn't really read into it, so I just put the points into power. Now, I went back to talk to Voyage because she had a quest for me, and the first quest she had was Fisherman. I picked up the profession. I don't think there's a limit to how many you can have. I think you can pick up all of them, but we're gonna do this one first. I never fished in my life, but this one, was surprisingly very fun, very relaxing. I was here for a few minutes just getting fish, and I thought to myself, hey, maybe I can get fish and then go into Profession Portal, cook this fish to get my cooking up. Your guess is as good as mine. I'm assuming that's right, so I kept fishing, and it was surprisingly very relaxing and super easy to do.
Vic, look at me, dog. Come on. Come on. we got motherfucker flounder.
Cut your own kind, dog.
Hold on, no. That's not my cousin. Don't do that. That's not my cousin.
dog.
No. Don't do that. Take me to the game. I don't have much to bring.
So they figured out how to fly.
No, I'm not recording. No.
Hey, yo, you see this? I got you. I got you on video. Don't worry about it, dog. Yeah, I literally spent about 10 to 15 minutes in my real life fishing in the VR game. And I never fished in my life. That's how much this game got me hooked. I was doing this for literally 10, 15 minutes. Like, it's amazing. It's so relaxing. Just fishing and seeing other people do their own things in the game is, oh my God. After a good 20 minutes of fishing, we left to the Profession Portal to see if I can cook these fish and raise my cooking skill. And this is it right here. This has the blacksmithing and the cooking stations. And I went ahead and see if I can cook this fish. So you go to a station, and when you're at a station, nobody can help you or whatever. So you go to the station, you click the recipe, and you have to actually do the cooking yourself. You put the fish or whatever ingredients in the pan, you turn the stove on, and you have to move the pan on and off. You don't want to get too hot or too cold. And once the green bar goes up, the meal is done. And you have to do that for every single item. Like I said, this game is very immersive. You do everything yourself. It's not like you click a button and your character's making a meal. You're the character, so you have to make the meal. You have to craft the sword. You have to craft the armor and the shield. You do everything yourself. It's a very immersive social MMO. And not a lot of games like that. And this is, I thought I would hate it. I did not think I would be the one to actually do things myself in a VR game, do things myself alone, but actually doing this for about 2 to 3 minutes, you get the hang of it, and it's, like I said, it feels realistic, it feels fun, and low-key, it's a workout. You have to do a lot of things, and I like it. Oops. And around the town, they have these shops right here. This one where I'm at, you can actually buy recipes for the cooking skill. This is alpha. The max level, I believe, is 10. I'm pretty sure it will go higher as the game progresses. But here, you see me buying recipes. I think I can use all of them except for 2. My cooking skill did go up. And the way to use the scroll, you actually grab it, hold it to your face, and when it evaporates, you learn the skill. Pretty simple, pretty basic and forward. After I raise my cooking and cook all the fish, I went to the other side of the town to go to Rolling Hills to see what enemies and quests they had before I stopped recording. If I had to score the professions and the cooking and fishermen, I would truly give it a 9 out of 10. It's really immersive, you do everything yourself, it's a workout for sure, but while you're doing it, you're not bored, it's very fun, entertaining. And for the future, for the devs, if you're listening, if you're watching, if you want to make the cooking more immersive, I know you're gonna add more ingredients, add more skills to it. As the skills goes up, you could eventually have a bigger pot. You can buy a bigger pot to add more ingredients to it. Instead of cooking 1 dish, you cook 2. Nothing too much, but nothing too low. Something to meet in the middle. I think that would be a great impression and a great touch. Next up, we talked to this golden mill farmer who asked us to kill the birds or the peacocks because I'm assuming they're messing up our farm. So that's what we're gonna do. And A little thing, I don't know if it's included in the game or it's just a little spoiler, but I look around, I see these little green pets, and I look to the left and I see somebody has a green pet that's following them. So I don't know if that can be like a companion spoiler update, as we're gonna have companions to fight with us, or maybe a little pet to follow us around. They're not gonna like help us with combat, maybe enhance our stats. That would be a great touch, and that would have a lot of people excited. And I think they should implement that, but we would have to see for future updates. It would be like the Max system in Phantasy Star episode 1 and 2. You haven't played that, but I don't know. I'm just throwing out my ideas. But if you have any comments, or feel free to share your thoughts in the comment below. So we went ahead and killed the last bird for the quest, and I saw people gliding, and I thought that's something you had to unlock, but I was pressing random buttons, and so what I did, I ran over the hill, and I lift my arms up, and I press the buttons, and little you know, we have a gliding system. Isn't that fucking cool? This is awesome, bro. Alright, well, that's pretty much a wrap. I turned the quest and I went on the hill and I stopped recording, but I am loving this game. This game, I have really high hopes for. I don't have a lot of high hopes for a lot of Kickstarters, but actually playing this game for a few hours for the past 2-3 days, it's very impressive and very fun for an alpha. If you guys do want to see more of this game, leave me a like and tell me in the comment below. I will definitely post episode day 2 and maybe day 3 on my YouTube channel. Yeah, I had a blast playing this game. There, you know, it's an alpha, so still some bugs they have to fix, but overall, very great game. If you do want to play the game for yourself, I will leave the link in the description below for anybody who's interested in joining the Discord and playing the game. But I'm gonna leave you guys here, and I will see you guys in the next few days. Sorry that video took a while to edit. I am fighting a stomach ulcer right now, so I am on and off the computer, not on all the time. But regardless, your boy's still here, okay? I love you guys a lot, and I will catch you later. Have a good weekend.